All right, folks, before this episode gets started, I want to give you a quick PSA. um, this is supposed to be episode 66, but this one on the screen, it will say 67. Even I said episode 67 when I started the podcast, but it is episode 66. It will be fixed in the title, and also it will be, 67 at the later time, the official episode 67. So my apologies, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. All right, guys, what is good? What is going on? This is episode 67 of the VF Cast. I am VF Baller, and I want to thank you guys for your patience. I said in episode 66 that I'm going to be doing this once a month. So it's going to be a once a month podcast where I talk about gaming as a whole, everything that has happened throughout the month, the pickups that I had, and things that that I find interesting when it comes to gaming. So I'm glad that you guys are here. And thank you for the patience, all the things that's been going on throughout the month with me playing the golf game and other games that I've been playing and all these other things that I've been doing with my thoughts and opinions on certain topics. You guys have been amazing. I really appreciate it. So I don't want to hold you guys up too much because we got a lot to talk about. So I just want you to, if you don't mind, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I really would appreciate if you do that because we have a lot of content that's going to be coming your way, and just a lot of commentary as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. Tears of the Kingdom. What can you say? Got me a Switch Lite. Got Tears of the Kingdom. This game is amazing. I know I'm nowhere near finished with the game because there's so much you can do with the game. But I have been having a blast playing this game. It's one of the few games that I cannot put down, and I haven't felt this way in a long time. Just customizing Link, going through the the motions of going through Hyrule and finding Princess Zelda, all the side missions you can do. This is a game that has been done right. And it's one thing about games nowadays that have all these issues and they come out buggy, they have this problem, they're damn near unplayable, all these apologies. I just saw something on Twitter, I think G2A Twitter feed, it had like the new normal, and had all these statements from all these companies apologizing how bad the game was when it was released. But it's really refreshing to actually have a game that you can come out and just play. Normally, I find those type of games, in the sports world where you try to find a game that's good out the gate and it has an issue. Like the last game I played was outside of the golf game, because the golf game is actually really good too. But PGA 2K23 was pretty decent. Gran Turismo 7 was good, but the monetization in that to get the car credits was absolutely abysmal. You even had Street Fighter 5 back in the day when Street Fighter 5 came out. Great game as far as the mechanics, but you just didn't have all the characters. It's so many other games far in between that just has so many problems. The Redfalls of the world. It's really disheartening. But when you have a game like this, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or if you have Horizon Zero Dawn, or any of those games, even with Resident Evil 4, that came out that came out phenomenal. So when you have these type of games, you really just have to sit back and appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't think I was gonna get this far into the game where I'm literally immersed in this game to where I'm just completely amazed. Not just with the game itself, because the game is basically basic. It's not much you can really go about when it comes to that game or whatever the case may be. But the way it's built and the exploration and the things you can do, and actually have a game that actually works while you do it. That's what makes it awesome, because everything is flowing the way it's supposed to. So it's really cool. And I don't have much else to say about it. I don't know, what your taste is or whatever, but if you have a Nintendo Switch, why you don't have this game is beyond me. This is like a must buy for for a Nintendo Switch fan. Or if you have a Nintendo Switch, this is a game that you must get. This is like when the PS3 came out, you get Uncharted. When Nintendo came out, you got Mario. When Xbox came out, you got Halo 1. It's like it's one of those type of games. Like you this is a must buy, absolutely. So um just phenomenal game. So I don't have much else to say about it. I am going to jump over real quick to talk about some pickups that I got before I get into the next topic, which is the Dolphin emulator. I want to talk about that as well. Why that was taken down on Steam, well, why it was denied on Steam. We'll talk about that as well. Um, Before I get into that, well, I said I'm gonna get into it. Here we go. The Dolphin emulator uh, is something crazy, but let's talk about some games that I picked up. Recently, I picked up a few games, not many. I still have some games on the way that I'm going to buy, and well, some games that are coming in, from Japan. But mostly the games that I got are from Japan, but except for one, and I want to talk about this one first. You know, I'm a sports guy. I end up getting USA Basketball Electronic Arts. Basically, the team, this is the like Bulls versus Blazers, Lakers versus Celtics, but it has a Dream Team on it. So this is pretty dope. Have the Dream Team game. I love this. This is pretty neat. Glad that I picked this up, and I got it complete in box. One thing about Sega, man, you get these games and they're complete, and love the clamshells. Got the instruction manual. You cannot beat that. So that's one game that I did pick up. The other game I made a video about. I already talked about this game already. You already know I got Marvel vs. Capcom, the Japanese version, which is, I hate this light sometimes. There it is right there. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Got this. Does it look better if I do that? Got this phenomenal game. I don't know why this game. Well, I know why this game will probably never be released again. If you have any means of getting the game, get it. It's a phenomenal fighting game. I already talked about it. Go look at the video about that game if you want to really, get in depth with that. Now, these two games that I got that are also Japanese games, I'm absolutely glad that I got. And one of them is a game that really needs a remake. It really needs to be rebooted, or the Capcom need to do something about this game. They need to. There's no reason why this game is still locked away. Now, if you have Street Fighter V, one of the characters from this game is on Street Fighter V, Akira. And so you kind of know where I'm going at. Got Rival Schools for the PlayStation 1. Now, I plan on getting Rival Schools 2, which is Project Justice on the Dreamcast. I plan on getting that. I am so glad I got this game. Let me tell you something. I followed this game when it first came out, but I kind of got away from it. The American version of this game is like, what, $150? I bought this game for like $30 Japanese. And you don't really need to know English to play this game, unless if you want to go through I think it's like a high school simulator that's on here. I mean, that's not my thing. I want to play the fighting stuff. So the fighting aspect of this game is great. I love the tag team, the supers or the tag team special moves on here. Batsu, Kyosuke, Akira, Sakura. You cannot beat this game. 2 disc, and it came in great condition. I mean, excellent condition. Got the couple instruction manuals, show you how to play the game. The Evolution version, the arcade version. Great game for the PlayStation 1. I'm so glad I got this. Definitely going to be trying to get that Dreamcast version as well. Last but not least, real quick, I got another game for the PlayStation 2. This game, you can actually pick this up on the Nintendo Switch. I think you can get it on I think you can get it on Xbox. I'm not sure, but I know you can get it on PC. I know the sequel to it is on Xbox 360. I have the sequel to it, but I wanted to get the original version because I do have it on PC, which is a phenomenal game. You may not know anything about this game. Let's see, let me put it back here so you can see. Yeah, there it is right there. This is Mushi Himisama Bug Princess for the PlayStation 2. This game right here is a phenomenal shooter. One of Cave's finest. If you know anything about Cave games, Cave, Taito, these guys make some great shooters. You can go on Steam and buy this game. Now you can go buy this on a Nintendo Switch, but I wanted the original version. I love the artwork. One reason why I did get this game because I love the artwork that's in the in the instruction manual. I've always thought this game was a great game, and one of the few that it's starting to go up in price. this game is probably about the same amount of money as the PS5 of a PS5 game. I'm sorry. So if you like shooters, I highly recommend it. You don't have to get the PlayStation 2 version. You can go and run off and get the Switch version, or you can get the HD version that's on Steam. So highly recommend it. The sequel to this is on 360, but it's, you have to go through the Japanese means to get it, but it is region free, so you can't play it on an American 360. This right here is not region free. You have to play this on a Japanese PS2, which I do have, but yeah, well worth it in my opinion. Yeah, so let's get into the Dolphin emulator. Dolphin emulator was denied by Steam, and I want to say this real quick. Full disclosure, I have the Dolphin emulator on my PC. I do. I mean, I have it for preservation purposes. I do not use it to play games. Pretty much, I rarely use it. If I want to play a Wii or a GameCube game, I have the original hardware. But I do have the emulator just to try things out from time to time. Let's just say, for instance, if I wanted to buy a game or whatever the case may be, and I don't know much about it. Or if I have a game that's not working on my Wii, and that Wii game is pretty much or the GameCube game is not working on my system, well, I'll just dump the ROM and play it on the emulator. So those type of things is what I like to do with emulators, not just with Dolphin, but the other ones. And that's the purpose of me having one. I mean, I have the PS3, I have all the emulators basically. Now, the thing about the Dolphin emulator is basically that you have a situation where they tried to put this emulator on Steam, which I thought was a bad idea to begin with. I don't think any emulator should be put out there for commercial consumption. You should just keep it where all the emulators are and pass it around word of mouth. If people want to donate to your cause, cool. But once you put it on Steam, eyes are going to be watched. The eyes are going to start looking at you. And that's basically what Nintendo did. Nintendo started looking at what the hell they were doing with Dolphin and why they're putting it on Steam for commercial use. And I think they already knew that Dolphin was using certain things that the emulator shouldn't use, like certain keys or whatever the case may be. And come to find out, they did. They were using those type of things. And that's where Nintendo looked at it and said, hey, look, you using our crypto keys to run this emulator. That is our copyrighted material. We're going to use a DCMA takedown on this emulator. Now, it's funny because they never did anything about it prior to that. Like the Dolphin emulator has been around for years. And this honestly is one of the best emulators that you can get on any console. I mean, the Dolphin emulator runs so well, it is quite impressive how they've done it. But nevertheless, they haven't said anything until they try to put it on Steam. And to be honest, I mean, I hate to say it, but they're kind of right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't use copyrighted BIOS or a type of material that's owned by the property of the company to run emulators, first and foremost, let alone try to put it on Steam. So my thing is, if I were you, like really, if you have a PC, obviously, if you're making a big deal about this, just go ahead and download the Steam emulator on, where it is now at the GitHub and keep it. It's not going to, it's not that big of a deal if you're the consumer trying to get this emulator. Now, if it's on Steam and you wanted to be on Steam, you could have got Steam achievements and all this other stuff. That would have been cool, but that's where the gray area comes in. That's where the gray area is. Now, me personally, at the end of the day, if you really want to play, these games, I recommend original hardware. That's just me. I recommend original hardware. If you can't get these games, like for instance, if there's games out there that's like extremely expensive and you don't want to pay for them, like say for instance, if with the Sega Saturn, for instance, Radiant Silvergun, well, that's a bad one. A lot of the games on the Saturn are actually starting to come out now, like all the expensive ones. Let's say here's one, Batsugun for the Saturn. The Batsugun is locked away. Hell, even this, the one I just talked about, Marvel's Capcom 2. This game is locked away at this point. You cannot buy the game anywhere or anything like that. I have no problem taking any of these discs I got right here, burn a copy and play it on your original hardware. Or if you want to burn a copy and play it on the emulator, because you can run disc on the emulator if you have a disc drive. I have no problem with it if you cannot buy a game anywhere else. You know, like my thing is you just can't just, okay, I'm just gonna get an emulator and I'm just gonna, download all the games somewhere and just play them. To me it's like, no, I'm not for that. But like I said, if there's games that you physically cannot buy anymore, which a game that we're going to talk about later, and you can't buy it anywhere else, and you have to buy it from a third party that's extremely expensive, yeah, I don't have a problem with you, going out to get the game, because they're taking away, Nintendo took away the whole situation from, or any company takes away the situation from where you could actually legally purchase a game. Like there's a whole thing with the Wii U eShop, that thing right there. There's some games there that was readily available, and at the time when they were readily available, I wasn't a big fan of, pirating, Dracula X, or I think was Twin Snakes. I'm not sure if Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. We're gonna talk about that in a second. I don't know if that was on there, but games like that. But now, like, if there's no way to get the game, is I'm all for it. But they kind of put themselves in a pickle here. The guys who run Dolphin emulator, I don't know what they're going to do now. If I was them, I would just fall back. You don't want to mess with Nintendo, so I would just, I'll just let it go. That's just me. I would just let it go. But let's jump to the next topic. Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater. Well, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is Metal Gear Solid 3. And Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. Let me tell you something, guys. I don't know how this is going to play out because Kojima's not there. But if they just do a little bit as far as like quality of life improvements and make sure these games run just like how they used to, you're gonna be in for a treat. You're gonna be in for a treat. If you've never played any of these games, you have, I ain't gonna say you missed out, but now is a chance to get some phenomenal games. Phenomenal games. Now, I'm going to pull up the website for Konami.com. This is the Master Collection Volume 1. Before I get into that, I want to talk about Snake Eater Delta. I love the fact that they're trying to remake that game, because this is probably one of my favorite Metal Gear Solids outside of, the one we're going to talk about one in a little bit. I love this game. I've played it. Unfortunately, I never had the chance to actually complete it like I want to on the PlayStation 3 version, but I did beat the PS2 version. I want to go back and play it and beat it. I think I'm almost at the end of that game. So I want to do that before the remakes or these come out. They're supposed to come out in the 23rd, or not the 23rd, but fall of 2023. I'm tripping. So I'm really interested in this. You guys just don't know. I mean, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. I got the original Metal Gear Solid in his old school box. Excellent. I also have the original collection. See, this is the Metal Gear Solid 1 Master Collection. You see all three that's going to be available. I already have it right here. This is the Essential Collection, which is not in HD, but it's this is the original PlayStation 2 collection, which has Metal Gear Solid 1. I don't know if you guys see it. It has Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, All Sons of Liberty, and Snake Eater. It already have those, all three of them here. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to. I hate this light. There's 1. There's 2. And there is 3. All 3 of them there. I love these games. And like I said, I've played these games plenty of times. I can't tell how many times I've completed them. And I also have the HD collection, which I think the Master Collection 2 and 3 is going to be built off of this. I think it's going to be built off of this version right here. And that's going to be cool. I'm here for it. Now, one thing that I want to show you guys, that with this collection right here, this gonna come out. This is making me wonder because the Master Collection is volume 1. The Master Collection version here, I think all of these are going to be in HD, except for this one. From what I heard, the first one's going to be just going to be emulated in a higher res, but it's not going to be remastered or anything. I think 2 and 3 are basically going to be these versions right here in 4K or something like that. Cool. Don't have a problem with that. What's this right here? What is this? Stay tuned for more information. What is that? Let me tell you something. If they do anything, if they do this, I'll say this. This is what they need to do. This is what they need to do for this. They need to remake this. This is another game that's locked away for the PS3. You cannot play this nowhere else but the PS3. Metal Gear Solid 4 needs to be where that question mark is. No doubt. This, outside of Snake Eater, this is probably my favorite Metal Gear Solid. This is a phenomenal game. I love this game. Masterpiece. There's no other way around it. This game better be where that question mark is. Now, I wonder if this is going to be a situation where with volume 2 number 4 will be. What about Peace Walker? You know, Peace Walker turned out to be a pretty good game. It was a PSP game, but they put it on the HD collection right here, and it turned out to be pretty good. It was a little limited, but I mean, it has a whole trophy collection and everything. It's actually pretty good. But this is my thing. I love the fact that they're putting this back out, and because even though that there's a few remakes of it already, like I said, they have remakes of on the PS3. They actually have the big collection. There's another collection of this where it has like all the games, even the MSX version or whatever the case may be. It has a whole bunch of games on it. I'm here for that as well. I did say I was gonna buy that. I may even buy it just for collection purposes. But this right here, this game needs to be released. You know, if you're going to, you know, put that question mark there, this game needs to be the one that needs to be there. No doubt. We've been wanting a Metal Gear Solid 4 remake or a remaster for a long time. They went on and did Ground Zeroes. They did The Phantom Pain. Kojima's not there anymore. I don't know how that's going to play out. I'm still wondering how this is going to play out because of the fact that these are Kojima games. I mean, whatever they want to say, Konami want to do, these are Kojima games. So if this is the case, they don't need to touch nothing but just make some, you know, mechanical improvements as far as the controls and, you know, make sure the game's not buggy or anything like that. They don't need to change nothing. Just that's what I'm kind of worried about with Delta. Like, what are they going to do with that? Are they going to do like a complete overhaul, makeover of the game? And if they do, are they going to change the story? Are they going to, I mean, what are they going to do? It's going to be interesting. I love the fact that they're doing this because these type of games are what video games are made of. These are legendary games. These are like to me, these are like on the top tier of like a Zelda or Grand Theft Auto, or, you know, hell, you can almost put, you know, Uncharted and all that up there with it. Halo. These are the type of games that you want to get. Like I said, if you get a Nintendo, you want to get Zelda or Mario. If you got Xbox, you want to get Halo. You got Sony, you want to get Uncharted. Hell, you can even make the case if you got a Sony, you want to get Metal Gear Solid because this is where it all started at. Now, Metal Gear Solid 2 did go to the Xbox. Metal Gear Solid 3, you know, still, you know, went over to, I think that went to the Xbox as well. The HD collection did go to the Xbox. So it's there. But everybody knows that, you know, Metal Gear Solid is kind of synonymous with the Sony brand. So, like I said, Metal Gear Solid 1 locked away from the PlayStation 1. You know, Metal Gear Solid 4 locked away from the PS3. So, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I'm not the biggest one, but I'm a huge one. But this game here needs to be the next game that's going to be on the list of games. No doubt about it. I don't see what other game they're going to put out there. What other game they're going to put? You know, I just don't know. I think Volume 2 is probably going to have Metal Gear Solid 4. And it's probably, I would not be surprised if it'd be a cash grab if they tried to, remake or remaster the other, Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's a cash grab at the end of the day, but I would like to see them do Peace Walker. And there's a couple of other games I wouldn't mind to see them do. Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing them doing Revengeance. Do one of that because that's a pretty decent game. But I said enough. I'm about to get to the 25-minute mark. I've said enough. What do you guys think about all this stuff? Everything is going on in the world of gaming. Stuff that I said I was going to touch on, but at the last minute I'm not. As far as the PlayStation Showcase, people are kind of upset about that. Some of my colleagues that do YouTube videos are kind of upset. I'm sitting there like, it's too many good games out here to be fussing over stuff. That's just me. But whatever. If you like this video, if you like this podcast, please let me know. Hit the like button, share this podcast, and subscribe to the channel, man. We're moving right on along, at 260 plus. It's a very small channel, but I feel like I have the best content out there. I know there's others that are probably better, but hey, it's me. I'm extremely biased. I want to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Enjoy the rest of y'all Memorial Day. I will be back at the end of June with another episode. In between time, I'll be doing videos about things, that's related to gaming throughout the from day to day, week to week operations. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Thank y'all once again. I'll see y'all then. Y'all take it easy and see y'all next time. Peace.